Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of EXAPUNKS. We were about to break into Equity First Bank, I guess. Cause multiple ATMs to spit out cash. How much does money affect behavior? A lot, right? Sure, I guess so. I'm gonna do an experiment involving wealth redistribution. Sudden random wealth redistribution. This should be fun. Dispense all available cash from all connected ATMs. For more information, see Network Exploration Equity Free Bank in the first issue of the zine. Alright, here we come, zine. What page is the bank on? Page 30. I missed it. Oh wow, holding down a button scrolls pretty fast. Hacking the bank? What is this, some sort of crime manual? Yeah, okay, yeah. First thing to note is that it's the biggest bank. There's no reason to be intimidated. We looked, and it's pretty normal. Okay. Accounts are stored in individual files with one per account. Who cares about accounts, though? ATMs. At the back of the network, you'll see a number of ATMs connected over dial-up. Equity First ATMs only dispense $20 bills, so the cash register tells you how many bills are remaining, as opposed to how much money is remaining. If you write 20 to the dispense register, it will attempt to dispense a bill, but if the ATM is out of bills, it'll send a failure message, so be careful. Okay, well, it seems straightforward enough. We just look at the ATM's cash and disp registers and send 20 the appropriate number of times. So we need to get one EXA into each of these, I guess. I guess it's simpler to just say replicate 5 times once you're here, isn't it? No, because the number you want to write is different, no? Well, let's do the easy part. Link 800 3 times. 1, 2, 3 gets us here. And I guess we'll move 5 into X or into T. 6, 5, 4, I see. There'll be a different number available in each setting, I see, starting with 6. So let's move 6 into T, shall we? And let's not move, it's copy. And we'll now replicate to ATM. Mark ATM as add 800 to T, storing the result in T and link T, right? That's how we're gonna get into each of these little thingies. Mark spread. So what we will do is we next sub 1 from T, and T is now the number remaining to be created. So it should start at 7, not 6. No, actually. Well, 7, yes, is the number to be created. But we should actually add 799 because these are 0 indexed, right? So 7 plus 799 is 806, which is the highest numbered one. Good. Now, only if t is non-zero do we jump backwards to spread, and otherwise we halt. Okay, seems plausible. And of course these guys are all dying because we didn't give them anywhere to go, but whatever. Great, so we got an EXA into each ATM, and now we just need to tell them what to do. Which is really easy, right? We just say mark cache, I guess, with test whether disp is equal to 0. And if so, then let's just t-jump to ATM. ATM is just a convenient label that we already have that will cause them to halt. So I don't have to write a new halt expression, right? They'll try to link to some place that doesn't exist and then they'll die. Otherwise, we will just copy 20 to, wait, what was cache and what was, I guess the other way around, it should be cache disp, is that right? So cache register tells you how many bills there are. And disp attempts to dispense a single bill. Can you write like 80? Maybe you don't need a loop. Maybe you just need to like multiply. I guess you probably do just need to multiply, right? Well, let's run this first and see if it succeeds. They all just died. Why are you dying? So you, what's your deal here? Is cache equal to 0? No. Oh, I forgot to jump back to cache. That's why. And there they go. They're pouring money out, I guess. Oh, look, there's little markers on there. Look at the camera. Everyone's like, what? So this works. It's quite slow. And I don't know if it has to be slow. I'm thinking we're just supposed to multiply by 20. But these numbers, when multiplied by 20, will be too large, right? They don't fit. They'll be... more than 10,000. This is a normal number of cycles, apparently. Interesting. So, is it possible to, like, disp 40? Like, to dispense 40? Like, can I just do that? How about you? What's your problem? It's making no progress. So yeah, they just ignore if you send them a number other than 40, than 20. Good to know. All right, well that was a nice easy one. Caused a bit of chaos, but not as much as I hoped. I wonder why. People are good at ignoring problems. That's true. I'll have to aim for something bigger next time. Yeah, you could do that. Mitsuzen HDI 10. Hack your heart so it continues to beat properly. That sounds useful. Gonna be hacking your own heart. Yeah, I'll be fine. Good. What happens if your heart stops beating? Don't tell me you die. That explains some things. At least all you need to do is make it beat. Yep, pretty much. Human physiology is fascinating. Alright, read a value from the nerve connected to your central nervous system and make your heart beat by writing a sequence of values to your sinoatrial and atrioventricular nodes as indicated in the IO log when holding the show goal button. The length of each sequence of values should be equal to the value from the CNS divided by minus 10. What? So we get a minus 75. I don't understand this at all. Value divided by minus 10, that's fine, right? I can see that when we have minus 75, we write 7 values. That's all perfectly reasonable. But what am I supposed to write? I guess you start with a 40 and then you go with a bunch of minus 70s, and the other guy is supposed to do a minus 70 and then a 40 and then a bunch of minus 70s? Huh. We probably never get any values smaller than like 30, right? Yeah, I guess. Okay. So I guess we just want like 2 of these guys, right? We want someone in each of these stations. So we'll call this guy CN. He's the brains of the operation, you see. AV, and this is SA. So link 800, here's link 800, and then link 3 twice. Link 1 twice. Now they're all in the right place, yes? Why is one of them like really slow? Didn't they all go at the same time? Only one of them can go through a door per turn. Interesting. Fine. They all got to the right place. So I guess I just need to broadcast the CNS signal twice. It's not move, it's copy. Actually, I want to divide by minus 10 anyway, right? I don't care about the actual number. So let's just divide this by -10 to begin with, storing the resulting x. So he's going to do that forever. And in principle, there's a race condition. If one of these were much, much faster than the other, they could both read, one of them could read the same value twice, but in practice that won't happen because they have many writes to make anyway. And actually, we could subtract 2 before we send this out as well. Jump with a U. Because both of these guys want a smaller... They know they need to write like a 40 and a -70 and then whatever. And then some number of -70s, right? And so they don't care about the first 2 values. So AV is supposed to write a -70 and then a 40. So let's mark loop. Copy. Which one again? You're supposed to be writing -70 first. Oh, why am I? And then a 40. And this is where we do the, not bear, beat. Where we do the number of things. It is supposed to be, we move from M into T. It's not move, it's copy. And subtract 1. And then as long as there is still something left, we jump back to beat. Otherwise, we jump to loop. And this guy will do something very similar, but in the other order on these guys, right? That seems good. Would I run this program on my own heart? No, I would want to debug it a little bit more, I guess. But it seems fine. Let's see what the game thinks. So we've read a 5. So we originally read a 7, and now we have translated it to a 5, and we're sending that out. And the other programs now have their 5s, and they're beginning... Why are they not... No. Okay. Copy MT should be here. And in fact, let's put it here, because why not? Well, I don't know. Put it here. Doesn't matter. We don't want to read every time we print out a 70, just every time we start a new cycle. Oh, and I only edited one of them. I needed to edit both, clearly. I didn't write anything after subtracting. Copy -70 to the output. All right, seems good. I'm not dead yet. An unusually low number of cycles. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I was operating directly out of T instead of in X and writing tests. Do you ever wish you were a computer? A functioning computer, I mean. Nah, I like being squishy. I never wished for a human body myself, but they're interesting to learn about. Such strange design choices. Trash World News. Replace words in a message sent to Gast to change its meaning. This is flattering. Someone found a bunch of my network nodes and sent in a tip to Gast. Too bad I can't have people knowing about me. You're gonna have to break me out of that. Hack me out of that message. Are you spying on Gast? He's my buddy. I live on computer networks. Sometimes I see things go by, that's all. That's Gast. Find and replace the keywords in the target message. A list of keyword pairs, including which words should be found and what they should be replaced with, is available in file 300. Okay. It's kind of cute. It has the tutorial we worked with still here, but now there's like node 799 that goes over to Gast's computer. Wait a minute, I gotta know what's in his private notes. Hi Gast, I'm sorry to hear this news. I'm sorry that this is the occasion that brings us back into contact with each other. We can't change the past, but we can focus on the good memories instead of the bad ones. Though it may sound strange for me to say it, I'm glad you found a purpose in life. Even now, it's never too late for that. Okay. So, 217 is also not important to us. It's something he's working on, I guess. Classified ad submission. Security startup looking for hackers. We are recruiting for several open positions on our computer security team. We can search for private enterprise and government. Good pay. Fun coworkers, and free soda. Call a phone number. Okay. No, I don't want you there. I just want you to go away. 209, we also don't care about? Hey Gast, yo. Love the content, but what's with the ads? For an underground publication, there sure is a lot of crass commercialism. So what's the message he actually got? Heard something interesting. Greetings, Gast. I'm sure you've heard the rumor about this AI that lives inside an old, unused computer network. Well, I thought you might like to know I've just come across something that convinced me it's 100% real. It looks like it's connected to a research lab. I don't want to say too much here. Contact me back for further information, Informer Bob. And then we're going to replace it and it'll say something funny, I guess. Drug warehouse. Okay, so what do we do here? We clearly need to take file 300 with us, and then move into this other guy's network. So link over to here. Now we're in the right place. And it's like not impossible to do this with one exa, but it certainly is harder, right? So maybe I should just have this guy stay here and broadcast instructions, right? That seems better. Like so. So what this guy will do, I guess, is just mark loop and we'll just move F to M twice and then test whether we're a DOF. If not, we'll jump back to loop. And that should be all we need. This other guy, though, is going to have a more interesting job. Grab 212. m into x, move m into t. Let's call this mark. Replace. It's not move, it's copy. I wish Zachtronics would like be consistent, but whatever. Now we need to mark word, I guess. We can have a loop where for each word we're doing something. Wait, do I need that? Yes, because yeah. Okay, and then when this guy's done, I was gonna say I could have him broadcast like a 0 or something, but I think just not broadcasting anything will be fine, because there was an operation I remember seeing in the manual that was like, if I read something, would I get a value? And we can be quite certain that the other EXA will always have a value ready for us by the time we're done reading the whole file, so we don't need any special out-of-band communication for that, or in-band, I guess it would be. So each word we're going to check, was it equal to x, right? Test f equal x. If not, then we just jump back to word, right? But we're not testing for end of file. It's a bit awkward. I guess we need to do that before we read anyway. Test EOF. I don't like it, but T-jump to restart, I guess. I hate that I have to like have all these labels that just do not very much. So here what we do then is we, let me just, I'll look through the manual real quick and you guys don't have to get involved. How do I know if a value is available? Test MRD. Message ready to deliver. I don't know. It doesn't say. If there is a message, gosh, I mean, it kind of is lame, but we can just do a seek minus 9. Jump back to replace. Okay, now we've tested EOF, and we've tested whether f was equal to x. If not, we just want to jump back to word. But if it is, we need to seek -1 and then copy t into f. And then jump to word anyway. So what happens if I run this? This guy's grabbed the file as we hoped. And he now knows he's trying to replace AI with collective. He's scanning through words successfully. What happens when he gets to a word you need to work on? Oh, we just haven't read that yet. Okay. Was it equal to X? Oh no! That overwrote my T, of course. Well, that's a little trickier, isn't it? There's not really anywhere convenient to store this number, like this value, right? I mean, certainly you can imagine, like, a more complex method of communication between the two hosts. For example, the outside host could just send the first word and then wait for a signal from this guy about whether we either need to know what the second word is or whether we're done with that pair of words, right? I guess you have to do something like that. Because there's not enough room in this first host, in the inside host. And so it has to communicate with someone, and that someone has to do some administrative work, and it might as well be this guy, is my opinion. So we're gonna do this, and copy m into x. We don't even need to do that, right? We can just test the result of m. Test m equals, we'll say 0 means that we're done. And any other value means please tell me what the word is. So 0 means we're done. So I wish to seek, so if so, t-jump to next, let's say. And I will have mark next be seek 1, skipping over the word we're done with, and then this test EOF. And then we will send copy 0 to m, which is going to mean, okay, you're done, please die. We don't need that because this guy can check whether there's a message available. Okay, we might or might not need this. Let's put it that way. So t-jump next. Otherwise, we do need the value, and so we should copy f to m, seek -1, and jump to weight, where weight, I guess, is this. Okay, so this guy's not going to copy M into T, but instead, when he was reading T, he's going to copy a 1 to M, and then copy M into F. And this restart step is going to have to move a 0 to M first, right? Ugh, but now, like, this test, like... Let's just test whether M equals 0. So this guy doesn't have a... I know that's wrong. So if it is equal to 0, then we need to go back. So I guess we need to write an I see. I guess what I should copy 0 to M. Copy M into X, and here we can just test whether the value that we got was 0. If so, done, mark done here. This is a lot more complicated. Okay, so he's received word that AI is what he should replace, and he's scanning over words quite happily. And now he says, "Hey, hang on, I just saw that word you wanted me to look at." And he says, "Hello, outside fellow, I need some advice. What word should it be, please?" And he hears, "Ah, it should be collective. Thank you very much." And he goes back to looking for words, and we're still in the same state. Okay. So as we get to the end of the file, how do all the control operations here work out? Yes. So now we send back a 0 saying, I don't need that word any more times. And now we're ready to receive a new word. And it is sent. It's network. All right. So I'm just going to wait for it to get to the end of the replacement list here to see how that all goes. Okay, we'll just step slow here. Thoughts, major cheese. Okay. Now this guy learns that we're done with the current word, right? Are we at end of file? Yes. So send a 0. This guy says, was it equal to 0? And therefore done. And he leaves. As we do. Not quite correct, huh? Oh, also move file 200 to the outbox. This is supposed to be like some program he's running that he expected would move stuff to the outbox. I see. Okay, well, I'll just make a new exa for that, I guess. A terrible performance for some reason. Almost everyone did it in like half as many cycles. Simpler, some sort of simpler communication protocol, I guess? Huh. I guess you could shave off a number of cycles if you assumed the word will never appear twice. Right? Then you don't need this like back and forth dance of like, okay, I might need that word again. You just send. If you assume every word appears exactly once, things are much simpler, right? Yeah. That would be much, much simpler. Although I would argue like less correct. I guess we could write it and see how we do on the leaderboards for that. But I don't know. I kind of like this as a solution to the more difficult problem. I guess really what I want to know is, was that the difference? Like, is that why everyone else's was twice as fast as mine because they made this assumption? Or something else? So I guess I'll give it a try, right? Like. So what exactly is it that we want to do? We just want to like copy F to M twice. And like that's kind of it, isn't it? Like that. That makes this guy's life much simpler, and here we can just say I guess this can be the step that does test MRD, and if not, we'll just jump to done. Deleting those steps. We seek the beginning. We don't even need these, right? Because we're assuming we'll find the word exactly once. So we just test whether f is x. If not, go back. If yes, go back by, or not go back, continue. If yes, go back by 1. Copy from the other guy the word we should replace. And just like, don't jump back to word, stop. Go to replace, I guess, right? So you got to the word AI and yeah, he's too fast. I can't use this, I'm surprised, honestly, that he gets through things so quickly. So he said, okay, it was the AI. Seeks -1. Copy. Replace. We need it to be like 2 whole thingies slower for this, right? But I guess just putting in 2 no-ops is faster than adding like actual communications and checks, right? So like this. Well, maybe 1 was enough, I guess. But I don't think so. Ooh, just enough. Alright. Hang on. Are these words ordered? They're in the file in the same order, even? Okay, so we hang on. How did we do on that? It looked improved, but I didn't pay attention to like exactly how much. Okay. So we don't even need this, right? Okay, a test failed. Is that correct? Test run 2. The file we're working on is 212. What? AI is last, I see. But with that small replacement, that fixes it, huh? So we are correct to assume that each word occurs exactly once, but not correct to assume that they'll be in sorted order. I feel like it should tell me either one of those if they're supposed to be true. Ah, it does say that right here. Each keyword will occur only once. So I guess I should have read more carefully, huh? But it was interesting to solve the more difficult problem. I should say exactly once, because that's apparently true. Oh well. Cool. You didn't look at any other files while you were in there, did you? I might have. I'm a hacker. Maybe don't tell him you accidentally saw some of his private files. No reason to upset him. He needs to focus on the next issue of the zine anyway. And we have a cutscene here, right? Meeting with Gast. Get a new issue of the zine plus a bonus item.
Hey, I have some things for you. First off, we got the next zine. Hot off the press.
We got the next issue.
Someone helped me out. I had a balance at the copy shop, but someone hacked it. Speaking of which, I brought you something else.
A handheld game console.
You remember the Redshift? I know people say this thing was underpowered and just a gimmick, but it has its charms. This is the developer version, so you could make something with it if you wanted.
Is this like sandbox mode?
The game studio I worked for never took it back after I quit. I'll be happy knowing it's going to a good home. Gotta deliver more zines now. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, printed zines, very good. But show me the digital version, please. And there you guys go. Games issue. issue. So what is this all about? Second issue. Two players upload their pre-programmed EXAs at the same time, which run their code and battle for the high score. There's a cycle limit and a storage limit. State of the network. Files will be moved around. Develop for flexibility. Huh. Very interesting. There's an audio system. What does this all mean? And then there's more tips about like some more kinds of things we might need to know, I guess. Huh. So there's more stuff we can do here. Huh. Okay. Oops. But there's also... Oh, this is just a manual. I see. Alright, well, whatever. We'll figure it out in the next episode. Get to playing with that stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.